All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honor, so there was a possible great millstone, so I'm this truth and rule well. Peace, blessing, and salutations to Ikem out there, scattered abroad to the four corners of the earth, that's serving this truth and all true sincerity. To I say Shalom. There's a button of Bala come to another video in the spirit. And this is going to be a quick video. This video is going to be about, over in California, you had Northern Kingdom, that was doing the protests, okay? And they're basically protesting, Trump's, I guess you can call it executive order of the mass deportation that he's doing. Also, I know someone who lives down in Texas. They're involved in the school scene, and the Northern Kingdom are not sending their kids to school. I guess in protesting of the same thing. And then here, even in Michigan, we have an area called Mexican Town. Where majority of the Northern Kingdom, that's like their little city. They had their own little protest as well. So you got three different spots. Texas, Cali, and Michigan. Three different states that are having these protests, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be more to come. But we can see where this can lead to. Us that's in this truth, man. That has understanding. We can see where these things can lead to. Where it can start getting violent, because even over there in Cali, when they did when they was doing the protest, they had basically the police, lined up in riot gear, So, that if you know about history, that takes you back during the time of in the mid 90s, you can say. I mean, not mid 1900s. When Jake was doing those marches, and you had the police that was in riot gear, and what they was beating Jake, water hosing Jake, sicking the dogs on Jake. It got violent, and it can continue. And this that's going on right now, it can lead to that, because this deportation that Trump is doing, is affecting a lot. It's affecting people's lives. It's affecting people's families. Then you got you did have where Mexico said they weren't gonna take them back. Then now you got them where he said he's gonna send them to Guantanamo Bay, which is in Cuba. So it's gonna Northern Kingdom not gonna continue to stand for this. So they gonna start acting back, and this is how it starts. It starts with protests, and then you go from there. You can, even if you go back to George Floyd situation, you had the protests, and then some of them got out of hand. Looting started to happen. It got physical, so this can lead to the same thing, and it's possible that it will lead to that, because let me go to scripture real quick before I grab that. It's Jeremiah 30:7. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." So it's a time of Jacob's trouble, and that's talking about the 12 tribes of Israel. Man, we all come from Jacob. If you come from one of Jacob's 12 sons, and the Northern Kingdom, they come from Jacob, so they're Israelites as well. Issachar, they're what you would call the Mexicans. They are Israelites. So if you're a descendant from one of the 12 tribes of Israel, then this time of trouble is gonna affect you. And we can see that with these things happening, where things are leading to and where we at as far as in prophecy. So I'm gonna come over here to 2nd Esdras 9. This is verse 1. He said, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. It says, for as like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and the end, and the end is manifesting. We can see that the things that have been preached, way back then, in this particular time, the time of Esdras, when the angel was basically speaking to Esdras, and telling him the things that were going to take place, giving him, visions, and telling him the other signs that were going to be happening in the last days, that we understand that we're time when, and it's for us now to understand them, and to get more understanding of what was being said here, and what to look for, so we can have an understanding of where we at in prophecy. So it says in verse 3 again, therefore when there should be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, it says, then shall we understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So these things were prophesied in the time of Esdras, that these things go happen. And you go to verse 2, it says, then shall thou understand that it's the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So we understand from the things that are happening in the world, linking them up to the scriptures, that these are the times that have been spoken of, and this is the times that the Lord is going to start visiting this place. Okay, and this is how he's visiting this place, through things like having earthquakes happen in the world, mingling the spirits of the people in this place, causing these uproars of the people to happen. This is the Lord visiting this place on a small scale, until we lead up to the day when Yahushua returns. So all these things are signs for us to identify where we at in prophecy, so we have an idea that we're getting closer to the Lord Yahushua returning, man. So let me come over here. So this is Mark 13. I'm going to start at 7. It says, and when you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled, for such things must needs be, but the end shall not be yet. So, yeah, it was wars going on. Then you hear rumors of wars going on. You had the war going on between Israel and Palestine. Then you had Russia and Ukraine, but they're so caught in a ceasefire right now. But then you look on what's going on here, between America, Mexico, China, and Canada. Trump was going to put tariffs on them. And then I guess Mexico, I think the president of Mexico and Trump was able to come to some type of agreement, and the or the prime minister, I think they call over there in Canada, and Trump was able to come to some type of agreement. But we haven't heard too much about China, but putting tariffs on these places, that can spark something to happen, Verse 8, it says, for a nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there should be earthquakes in diverse places, and there should be famines and troubles. These are the beginning of sorrows. It's not nation rise against nation right now. Do we not see that happen? Okay. Have earthquakes have not been happening in diverse places? Are we not seeing that? And then it says, and there should be famines and troubles. Earlier today, uh my OG, she had sent me something, that a relative had sent them from someone who supposedly works in the White House, saying avoid buying chicken because there's something going on with, I thought it's a recall. It's a recall on chicken, you know. So if there's a recall on chicken, that, I mean, it's gonna be less chicken in the stores, and it's also something going on with eggs too. So I mean, you take away chicken and eggs. Hey man, what Jake gonna do? Cause Jake love they chicken, and Jake love him some eggs too, you know. So that's a form of famine. And then it says in troubles. These are troubling times that we're in, man. Hey, Big T is moving. He ain't wasting no time. It's like every day you look on social media, is another executive order being passed. I believe I seen earlier today that he's passing an executive order to abolish the education system or branch or something like that. So I wonder, like, what is that? What does that mean? Are you gonna stop the school system, or you gonna stop funding the education? Like, what does that mean? I have to look more into it, but you know that sparks your interest. But these are troubling times, that we're living in. And it says these are the beginning of sorrows. Yeah, these are beginning of sorrows because, like the scripture says in Daniel 12, it says a time of trouble since there's. I'm gonna grab it. I don't want to butcher it. I'm gonna grab it. It's Daniel 12:1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Yeah. So it says a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation. So it's going to be a time of trouble that has never been seen since there has been a nation, man. And these are the times that we're entering into, So things are only going to get worse and worse. Things are not going to get better, Eve's kingdom is on the downfall. And it's going to continue to be like that until Yahushua returns. And like it said in the verse, it says, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Okay? And we know that's talking about the elect, man. The elect are the ones that's going to be found written in that book, man. And those are the ones who are going to be delivered from these times when Yahushua returns. That's who's going to be delivered. So things are going to continue to get worse and worse until Yahushua returns. And that's the day that we're looking for, okay? That's the day that we're hastening for Yahushua return, Because we understand that this place is on the downfall. We understand that this place is not going to be what they think it's going to be. That they make America great again. America is not going to never come back. Like it says in Jeremiah 51. He said they would have healed this place. But this place cannot be healed. This place is through. So let me grab this. That's just 2 Ezra 15 and 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Yeah. So when that word woe right there means destruction, man. It says destruction to them that dwell in the world, man. Because that's what's going to come to these people that trust in this place, Ultimately, that's not a part of the elect, Destruction's going to come to them. And it says, and one people should stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. We're heading to those times, man. If these riots continue to escalate and it gets violent, that's what's going to happen. Then famines happen. Storehouses become more empty. You know, ain't gonna be no food. Then what? People gonna what? Regard to looting, invading their neighbors, you know. And it says they should not regard their kings or princes. They're not gonna regard the people in those power positions, you know, your mayors, your governors, you know, senators, you know, forget the police. Police gonna be worrying about their own. They're not gonna be out here. So no one's gonna be safe in those times, you know. And these are the times that we're coming into. That's why the scripture said in the 2 Ezra 9, measure though the time diligently in itself. We measure these times because this gives an understanding of where we at in prophecy and how much closer we are to Yahweh's return. So that's why we're supposed to be on our watch. And being on our watch, we're supposed to give the warning. We're supposed to blow the trumpet. And that's what we're doing. We're blowing the trumpet. We're giving the warning of the things that's happening and the things that are to come, you know, ultimately to seal the elect. Because that's only who we're concerned about preaching to, you know, trying to get this word to us, to the elect. Because when the elect is sealed, that's when we're gonna be closer to being out of here. When the elect is sealed. So we're just going to continue to blow that trumpet and give that warning, man, so we can reach the ears of the elect. But for the rest of y'all, it's a warning to you too. It's a warning to you too, because everyone's going to hear this word, and you ain't going to have no excuse. Especially Jake, man. You know, Jake don't want to get right. Jake want to continue to BS. Jake want to continue to think shit sweet. Jake want to ignore what's going on and just want to stay in their own little bubble. The Lord about to change all that shit. And he's about to turn things up around here. So like I said, this is just another warning video. So who's going to hear it? Take heed. So that's pretty much it. Lord, when this video is edifying, I'm going to close out by giving our praise to Yahweh. By Hashem Yahweh Shai. By Hashem Rakakadash. Shalom.